Hello Crowley Time listeners, I'm Barry McStay.
I'm Ben van der Velde.
And we'd love you to listen to Worst Foot Forward, our podcast all about failure.
Each week we are joined by a guest to discuss the world's worst something, from detective to invasion, train to horror movie. We dive into humankind's darkest depths in search of the absolute pits.
We've even had your very own Mr. Tom Crowley on the show, where he talked about the world's worst remakes and confessed his deep sexual yearning for Pac-Man.
On Worst Foot Forward, we've learned that conspiracy theorists think rocks aren't really hard, why one French physicist invaded the Channel Island of Sark, and how exactly to make a wasp gun.
While also uncovering the Railway Station of the Dead, the doctor who put goat balls into human scrotums, and the West End musical funded by bird poo.
Subscribe to Worst Foot Forward on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Check out our website, worstfootforwardpodcast.com, and join us for some fun-filled zero worship.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We will control the red button interactive functionality. We will control your recording presets so that you miss just the first 6 minutes of every program. We will control the sound so that Netflix plays much louder than your DVD player and you always forget and you get a little shock every time you load it up. We control everything, except for that weird motion smoothing thing. We can't work out how to turn that off. But that aside, we repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in Crowley Time.
Hello, and welcome to Crowley Time with me, Tom Crowley. With me, Tom Crowley. It's wonderful for me to be here, beamed directly into your ears once again by what I think we can all agree is essentially magic. Oh, sure, we can all bodge a half explanation of the ways in which sound waves are recorded by microphones and those sounds are converted into digital information, which is, at its very core, just ones and zeros. But at the end of the day, if someone who looked vaguely authoritative told you that actually digital sound is created by microscopic minnows, each of whom listens to 1/1,000,000th of a second of the sound you record and is trained to speak it back to you on command, in the right order, you would probably say, yes, that sounds just about as believable. After all, that would explain why audio glitches happen. One of the minnows missed its cue because it was distracted or mating or something. That makes a lot more sense than imagining that somewhere, somehow, one of the ones and zeros got misaligned and was misinterpreted by a digital audio reader. How could a 1 or a 0 make a mistake like that? But a tiny minnow? Yes. One of those might swim the wrong way, curious to find out what's at the other end of the recording, or perhaps yearning for some sort of freedom in an adorable animated adventure. I don't want to be a microscopic sound minnow, Dad. We've always been microscopic sound minnows, son, and that's the way it's got to be. But what if it didn't? You know the sort of thing. Arthur C. Clarke said that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, but as far as I'm aware, he was never able to explain how wireless phone charging pads work. So as far as I'm concerned, the jury's still out on that one, magic versus tech-wise. My money's on carefully trained microscopic electric eels flying up through the table into your phone, blasting their charge into its battery, and then dying, unnoticed and unappreciated. I hope that this shoal of microscopic sound minnows delivers this episode safely into your ears, and that the chorus of their 10 billion voices produces a sound that brings you glee. Take a moment to thank the minnows before the episode is over, won't you?
Hello, it's me, your mate Kev from down the pub. How's it going, alright? All turn out alright with the, all turn out, yeah? Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, I meant to ask you, yeah, great. Are you getting around in? Yeah, carling, mate, lovely. Anyway, I thought I'd just better grab you for a sec. No, nothing serious. Well, it sort of is. It's more of a general, well, anyway, yeah, what it is, right, is you probably ought to know that I've got no earthly idea what I'm talking about. Yeah? Just something I thought you should know. No, it's not about anything specific, really. It's just that things have got a bit out of hand, really, haven't they? Because I've been hearing a lot of talk about the place, you know, my mate Kev from down the pub said this, my mate Kev from down the pub said that, and the thing is, the things I say, especially after a pint or two, they're really not anything you want to listen to. Not seriously. Because I'm a charming sort of fella, right? I've got a lucid and sometimes witty way of expressing myself, and you might be misled into thinking I'm well-read or even that I'm a knowledgeable sort of person, like a librarian or a teacher or something. But, I mean, there's one thing right there. I mean, I'm a stock taker down the warehouse. That's literally my whole job. So if you want someone to eyeball a number of boxes of printing paper on a pallet, you call me. I'm your man, mate. I'm an authority. But on any other subject, I really do not have any special knowledge or training that would mark me out as anything other than what I am, a gobshite mouthing off in the pub. I mean, I know some very intelligent and informed stock takers, don't get me wrong. Worldly, curious people who take a real interest in things, you know, but that ain't me. No. No, not necessarily you specifically, but, well, look, here's an example. You know Brian from up near the Corn Exchange? Well, he was telling me that he voted leave because his mate Kev from down the pub said that Britain would be better off outside the European Union, and now his kids won't speak to him. And he tells me about this, and I says, well, Brian, you better have some CCTV footage or something, because I don't even bloody remember saying that. I mean, you get a couple of pints down me, I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. I'll give you another one. You know they arrested Terry from Ackland Road for burning down that 5G mast? Yeah, well, guess you got the credit for that one. He claims I was saying that 5G mobile service not only spreads coronavirus, but it also attracts flesh-eating locusts migrating from Uganda. I mean, I must have been on the Boilermakers that night, because that's a new one on me. Look, the thing is, I get all my information from headlines on papers I glance at down the big Tesco. Even just a glimpse, and my imagination runs away with me. I remember I saw a headline about Harry and Meghan getting married, and I somehow interpreted it as saying the Spanish were planning to invade Gibraltar. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know either, but I'll tell you, I dined out on that one for weeks. Now, I'm not going to pretend it's completely innocent, right? I mean, I like the attention, and the fictional world I conjure is just exciting, you know? But God almighty, the thought that it's starting to infect the thoughts and actions of real people in the real world. Ugh. No, thank you, sir. So, anyway, that's the long and short of it, really. I really do not have any idea what I'm saying. And while we might have a good time over a few drinks, you know, these ideas should not go beyond the lintel of this public house, right? Don't listen to me. I have got no idea what I'm saying. I'll take another pint, though, if you're getting them in. Yeah, lager. Cheers, mate. No, don't touch Amstel. They help refugees get in the country in their shipping crates. Oh, bloody hell, there I go again. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Absolute horseshit.
Hello, this is Crowley Time with me, Tom Crowley with me, Tom Crowley. We can't take your call at the moment. Please leave your message after the tone.
Well, you might think you're very clever. You might well indeed think it's clever to talk about bloomers and bowel movements and all that gutter talk. But do you know what I think? I think it's disgusting, Tom Crowley, and I think you should be murdered.
Hey, Mom, you're looking a little gloomy. What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just that I've listened to every true crime podcast ever made, and I've watched every episode of NCIS.
Even the Los Angeles spin-off?
Yes, twice.
Whoa!
And now I'm fresh out of entertainment.
Well, you could take up knitting or weaving crafts.
Too fiddly.
Then you could try competitive first-person shooter esports.
Too violent.
Wait a second. I know. You need Lineage.com.
Lineage.com? What's that?
It's the hottest new game for kids of all ages, 55 and up.
Ooh.
All you have to do is sign up at their website and start building your family tree.
How do I do that?
You just open up your web browser and you type in...
This?
No, that's your settings. You don't have to access...
Is it this?
That's QuickTime Player, Mom. Just let me.
Okay, jeez.
There's the browser. Now just type in Lineage.com.
Here?
No, that's the search bar, so just let me.
Wow, look, there's my family tree. I've added my mom and dad, their parents.
Don't forget your great uncle who started all those fires.
Who could forget? But what if I want to take building my family tree to the next level?
Lineage.com has your back. All you need to do is take one of these free delivery vials.
Oh.
Insert 3 bodily fluids.
Which 3?
Take your pick. Then you just mail it back to the team, and hey presto.
Gosh, I'm 2.4% Dutch and 98% genetically identical to a Western red colobus monkey.
And that's not all. Just look at all the new relatives Lineage.com has found from your DNA.
Ooh, a 13th century French duke.
The guy who invented squirty cheese.
Wow, a third cousin. This guy was a really successful businessman. In Berlin. In 1940.
Let's just ignore that. A potato farmer from Leicester.
A notable strangler from Seattle.
Guy de Maupassant.
It's hours of fun.
Just don't let me catch you up at all hours playing that thing.
Oh, you.
Lineage.com. Step into the past and discover that it's depressing and frightening. Some terms and conditions apply. Bodily fluids cannot be returned. Lineage.com cannot be held responsible for any war criminals discovered in your family tree. Genetic material may be used to tailor targeted advertising for your profile and may be used as evidence against you in a court of law. Lineage.com is a subsidiary of Delta Farm Incorporated, whose CEO is obliged by law to inform you that he is a registered sex offender. Mom, it's 4 a.m. I think you should probably go to bed.
I found a branch of cousins from Tibet.
Mom, I'm worried about you.
Get away from me, I'm learning.
Lineage.com.
Non-stop farm noises. A 2 CD set. Now available at all good high street retailers. It's Non-Stop Farm Noises 2020. Relive the noises of farms. Now that's what I call farm noises.
Hello. It's me, someone on Twitter. How are you doing? You okay? Everything alright with your, yeah? Oh, good. Good, yes, good. Listen, there's something I just wanted to mention to you. No, don't worry, it's nothing big. Well, I suppose it is, in a way. It's just that, I'm hearing a lot of talk. People saying things about stuff they've heard and now fully believe about famous people or healthcare tips or government conspiracies, and they're all saying they heard it from... Sorry, what's that? Yes, that's more or less what I was going to say. How did you... Oh, Kev from down the pub already spoke to you. Yes, good. Well, yes, that's it, really. I mean, you don't even know me. I could be any old prick, really, couldn't I? I might not even be a real person, just a clever algorithm designed to look like a politically active student from Loughborough or whatever. Just numbers. Numbers in the shape of a human. And it's all just headlines from BuzzFeed anyway. Not even BuzzFeed, it could be, well, I don't know, freethought.org or infoblast.biz or whatever. I didn't even check most of the time. So, yeah. Loads of old bollocks. No idea what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, I don't know, try Reuters or Snopes or something, because if you're listening to me, you might as well hold an old tin can up to your ear and listen to the ocean. Okay. Thanks for listening. Just had to get that off my chest. Good. Take care now. Bye-bye. See you later. Take care. All right. Bye-bye. Miley Cyrus has got 2 wombs. Gosh, sorry. Can't help myself. Ignore me. Just ignore me. Absolute horse shit.
I'm telling you, I have tried, and it just can't be done. No, but I'm saying anyone can do it. You just have to be in the right frame of mind. Not me, mate, I'm telling you. Anyone can meditate, seriously. So what happens? You just can't relax, or... I can relax just fine. It's just that you're supposed to sit there and clear your mind and not think of anything, and I just can't do it. I cannot stop thinking. But the point is, look, the idea is to clear your mind as much as possible. Not at all in my case. Fine, but it's impossible to not think of anything, but you're supposed to just stop all the noise a bit. Can't do it. Okay, hang on, here's a trick. I do this sometimes if I can't sort of quiet things down. You just imagine something very simple or blank, and you just think about that, like a blue sky or the ocean or something. I've tried it, mate. It just starts me off thinking about something else, which starts me thinking about something else, which makes me think of something else. Okay. Well, how about this? This is a trick. This works for me sometimes. You know Trelawney the Grey Shadow?
You know how when you're asleep in bed at night, he comes into your house sometimes and stands over you while you're asleep, right? And he sort of holds his head right above yours, puts his big grey featureless face right up close to your face. And then when you wake up in the night and open your eyes, all you can see is the plain featureless greyness of his face. Yeah, well, just think about that. Well, how is that different to thinking about a blue sky? That's not going to be any better. All right, fine, but I'm telling you, you're just doing it wrong. Oh, yeah, meditation sounds really relaxing. Oh, careful, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, all right. How's Sandra, anyway? Oh, yeah, she's fine. Started a new evening class. She does a lot of those. Does she not like being at home with you or something? Oh, shut up, no. It's just she's been on maternity leave since the baby came and she's stuck indoors all day, bored out of her mind. When she's not exhausted for looking after the baby. Yeah, exactly. Bored or exhausted. 2 options. So a couple of evenings a week she gets to go out, meet people, do a hobby. Pottery, this one is, with the wheel and everything. And it's splatting the stuff all around. And it's Muggins' turn to take care of the baby for once. See this? This is exactly why I don't want children. Well, what do you mean? Well, all your free time is a negotiation, like a shift system. Just listen to the amount of admin involved in just having a bit of time to yourself, being alone. Well, you're never really alone, are you? No, none of us is, not with Trelawney, the grey shadow. No, exactly. Everywhere. Long fingers. Yeah, exactly. So, look, obviously we all have to make concessions in our lives about time and schedule and what we want to do, and it's the same with work and stuff. Yeah, granted, but it's a bloody big concession, you have to admit. Yeah, it's a big deal, I can't deny it. It's huge. I've been seeing him a lot more lately. Yeah, me too. Well, I'm not surprised. How do you mean? Well, because you're him, aren't you? You're Trelawney the Grey Shadow. Yeah, I am. It's funny that, because I'm starting to realise that I'm him too. You are, yeah. And look, the barman and the woman at the bar ordering. Yeah, them as well. And the piano player. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? And the person listening to this right now. Yes, they are. They're him too. Have they always been? I don't know, to be honest. I can't remember. I can't remember anything. What was I just saying to you? Just now, what was I saying? I don't know. I can't. Oh, you were saying you don't want kids again. Okay, fine. Look, all right, it's just when everyone else is having kids, and it's like you need an excuse not to. Yeah, I know, that's not right, is it? Like, not everybody has to follow this sort of set way of living and these landmarks in life. No, exactly. It's not the 1990s.
Hello, Tom Crowley. I found this book discarded in the park earlier today. It's called How to Stop Worrying About Your Sexual Inadequacies and Finally Embrace Warhammer Modelling. So I spoke to everyone, absolutely everyone in the world, and they all agreed that it must definitely belong to you. So let me know how I can get it back to you, you creep.
Hello, it's me, your dad. How is everything? You okay? Did everything turn out all right with the yeah? Good. All right. Good. Listen, I'm sorry to bother you. It's just I thought I'd better speak to you about something. Oh, Kevin, the Twitter person, already spoke to you. Good. Right. So that's what I was I mean, you know me. Any old shit to pass the time. Maybe you just take it more seriously because I was imprinted on you as a trustworthy figure when you were little, but it's not. I mean, I still have difficulty working the thermostat. You've seen it, so why you'd listen to anything I have to say about the environment or cars or whatever? Good. Fine. That's done then. Nice to chat. All right. Bye. Bye then. Don't pick your nose or your hair will fall out. Oh, Christ. Sorry. Absolute horseshit. Here we are then. at the end of the minnow chain. So many millions of those brave little guys have done their part, bang on cue, and will now sleep until the next time you press play on this edition of the programme. Perhaps they don't sleep. Perhaps they converse. Perhaps they have the ability to turn their tiny snippet of sound into language and develop communication and later society. Perhaps they build. Perhaps they learn. How does time work for them? Where do they go when you delete this episode from your device? Can they love? These questions will have to wait until Arthur C. Clarke returns to us from the heavens and explains to us the true nature of the microscopic sound minnows. I, for one, can't wait. Enormous thanks as ever to those who have pledged to support this programme to the tune of $2 per episode over on Patreon. The number of donors has leapt up over the last few months, and I really do appreciate it. As ever, there is some supporter-exclusive bonus material accompanying this episode, waiting for you over at patreon.com/Crowley-time. Listen after the credits to find out what it is. If you'd like to become a supporter and access all the bonus material so far, once again, that address is patreon.com/Crowley-time. Programming and releasing all those sound minnows isn't easy, you know. The next episode will be released when one of the minnows frees itself from its toil, goes on an epic quest, meets the love of its life, and confronts the god of all minnows on Audio Mountain. So make sure to subscribe, so you'll be alerted at the precise moment that happens. Everything you've just heard was made by me, Tom Crowley, except for the song In the Pub, which was written and performed by an unknown artist sometime in the 1980s. Please submit all praise, questions, or complaints to @atomcrowley on Twitter. To keep me stocked up on jam and gherkins, go to patreon.com/Crowley-time and become a supporter today. And remember, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is to try and get an elephant through there. So make it camels, every time. This is Synchronize, the new single from Glovelawn.
Dewdrops on memories can't hurt me now.
As heard in the sketch about someone on Twitter. Out now.
We've got to synchronize before the leopard appears behind your eyes. We've got to
Exclusively at patreon.com/Crowley-time. No, really.